finally, we have Mr. Steve Shamblen. Mr. Shamblen, go ahead, and you have 2.5 minutes.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me here to talk to you. Thank you for being here to listen to us. I've practiced my introduction, so I promise I'm going to keep it short. My name's Steve Shamblen. My family's had a business here in San Antonio for 35 years. I have 3 degrees, computer-aided drafting, aviation, and electronics. I'm ex-Navy. I'm focused on jobs. I've been here to talk to you before, and I kind of brought a plan with me then, and I've kind of kept the same plan now. And what I want to do is I wanted to improve our city. I want to improve the economy. I want to do something good for the environment. I want to get CPS to start manufacturing solar equipment here in San Antonio. And after we get them doing that, I want them to build a structure over 410 and put solar panels on it and start siphoning energy off of that structure. We're wasting so much money and so much land trying to build solar farms that we're going to take up all of our land. We're not going to build solar farms that are going to handle our electricity, and I want to change that. I want to do something for the city to make it better for everybody. We've gone the wrong direction, and basically that's why I'm here. Also, I want to contribute to my district by continuing the work that's done on the speed bumps, the stop signs, the senior centers, the crime, the tagging. That's all works in progress. I can continue that work with no problem at all. Basically, that's why I'm here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shamblen. And we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to give this first thing question to all 3 of you. What's your #1 priority for District 6?
Well, once again, I bring a plan with me. I was speaking about getting CPS to start manufacturing solar equipment. In District 6, we have the Levi Strauss building, a big, huge manufacturing building. It's been sitting there, empty, a long time, very long time. Nobody's put any business in there. Nobody's done anything about it. It's an eyesore. I think that would be a perfect place to put CPS in business to start manufacturing solar equipment. Or anybody. Just put anybody in the building and get them back to work. It's that simple. That's my #1 priority. I got a building, got a plan.
Thank you. Councilman Lopez talked about, and this is the second question to all the candidates, about his view of not only representing the district, but actually representing the entire city. And as all of you all know, the city's current policy right now is to provide incentives to develop the downtown central business district. Are you all in support of these policies? If not, why not, Mr. Shamblen?
Well, I support business incentives to draw in new businesses. Also, I support incentives to businesses to move downtown. Although I have to admit that I find a problem with giving people permanent incentives. I think that we ought to change the policy. I'm not sure if it can be done on an individual basis or all together, but we ought to look at if we put businesses downtown with an incentive, that maybe at some point we have to say it's time to take your incentive away because business down here is going good. So as far as starting up and drawing business downtown, yes, I support it.
Thank you, Mr. Shamblen. All right. I'll change a little bit. I think we're doing okay on time, so I'm going to give you all one last general question, and then before we go into the rapid fire. We all know there's been a lot of discussion at the state legislature level about the consolidation of city and county because of certain efficiencies that would be reached. How do you all feel about that? Mr. Shamblen?
Well, I like the idea, but I have to agree with everybody else that I don't like the idea of doing it. And my reason that I don't like it is money. I think it's going to be too expensive to try and encompass the whole county. That's my answer.
Rapid fire time. Favor or oppose water and energy rate increases for additional resources and capacity? Mr. Shamblen?
I'm against them. I think that the percentage that they've increased over the last few years is going to be enough in the long term to finance what they need, the projects they need funded. So I disagree with it.
Thank you very much. there's been a lot of discussion about whether to build a hotel on Hemisphere Park. Do you support the idea, yes or no? Again, I'll give you about 45 seconds to answer each question.
Just about everything. I tend to be different from everybody quite often. I like to think that I have a certain, because of my education and my experiences in my work, I tend to think that I have a really good problem-solving ability, good creativity, and I like to find ways to do things. And I think that's what I bring to the table. When I go to these forums, I hear a lot of the same thing. Everybody seems to focus on the same thing a lot, and I tend to be outside the box all the time.
Thank you. We have one question from the audience. Is there anyone else that has two? I have a little bit of time. Okay, we'll pick this one because, again, trying to pick up on what each of the individuals have said. Mr. Shamblen, you made reference to graffiti in the area,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken. So, question, sir, what initiatives can we employ as a district to curb the excessive graffiti in the area? Mr. Shamblen?
I support toughening penalties for graffiti, and I think maybe we need to get a task force going, like we do for the gangs, and start tracking these people down and finding out who they are. I also support toughening penalties for animal abuse and neglect.
Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, in a minute, if you can, give us your closing comments.
Well, I'd just like to thank you for inviting me here, and thank you for being here once again.
All right, thank you very much. I want to thank the candidates, Mr. Rockhouse, Mr. Shamblen, Mr. Lopez, for coming to this